What's up, little buddies, and welcome to the Sports Bar Dads Podcast, a show with regular, everyday guys and dads talking about nonsense that everyday guys and dads talk about. This isn't a place where we try to motivate you to get a six-pack or what stock to buy or even what political candidates to suck off. How about we just try and get to the week with the bills paid and not screwing up our kids more than we already have. Just guys being guys and mainly talking shit. So whether you're to or from work or just pretending like you are working, why don't you come have a laugh with us? Oh, and go fuck yourself. What makes sense, bitch? What makes sense?
It all makes sense now. So you have a bunch of portraits of, you told me last time they're cows.
Yes.
All right.
The wife loves cows.
The wife loves cows.
Mm-hmm.
It makes perfect sense considering but cows, when they have horns, are called
Bulls.
Yes. Okay. And two lesbians, the lesbian that looks like a guy is called a what?
A bull dyke. So somehow the cows in my house.
Yeah, it's a message. It's a message. Yeah.
You know what? Did you see? I didn't wear my multicolored jersey today, so it can be for half man, half woman.
Yeah.
Gotta stick to just one color now, around you, bitch.
So the bulls have been explained.
Yeah, you're the one that could make fucking reference to everything being me being a lesbian. So now I'm called a bull dyke. At least I'm the bull dyke in the relationship, right? I would be the.
Yeah. It would be worse if you weren't.
I'm still a
lot worse.
The manlier of the two women.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it stands for something, bitch. How was your Christmas, buddy? Did you have a good one?
It was good, man. Glad that stress is over.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Ain't that the damn truth? Did you get any good gifts?
I did.
What'd you get?
Well, to a lot of people, it wouldn't be a good gift, but it was a Dallas Cowboy watch. That was pretty nice. That was pretty cool from Invicta. So it's a nice watch. Of course, it's the Dallas Cowboys. So
yeah, shitty
they're
year
not
for
doing.
you, but
yeah, for sure.
I mean, hey,
for sure.
You gotta support your team even when they're bad, buddy.
Yeah, for sure.
What else?
A bunch of some clothes and stuff like that. It's been good. It's just a stress and the overspending and all that. It's coming to an end.
Yeah,
so I'm good with that.
Yeah, and then every dollar you spend after Christmas, you're like, fuck, more. You think it's over, but you're like, God bless.
Yeah.
And then I did get some good gifts. I got like I showed you before, my wife got me a Brian Branch signed jersey. Got it framed, set up real nice. I put it in my gym. My downstairs, my garage gym. I got a Lions sweater. I got a new coat for work. I got my mom bought me a coffee, one of those coffee makers that does ice stand.
Nice.
Hot, and then the Keurig cups on the side.
That's nice.
And I bought that espresso stuff from Starbucks that we do and the coffee bean grinder.
Oh yeah.
I got one of those too,
sure.
so I can make it here at home. So lots of good gifts for myself. The biggest thing though with the kids were happy with their gifts. Nobody was sad that they didn't get enough, or because you always worry about that.
Yeah.
I know I worried about that. I was talking to my wife before Christmas, and she's like, you seem stressed. I'm like, you know what, I worry that we didn't get the kids enough, but she said no, they got a lot, but they opened their presents, they were all happy. So, and
then they're looking at each other too when they're opening gifts, and they have the little receipt book in their head. They're like, oh, who'd they spend more on?
Who did they love more?
Yeah. That's stressful to me.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. But your stepdaughter's still here? She already took back off?
No, she's still here.
She's still there?
Yeah.
But the kids had a good one?
Yeah. All three of them.
Good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
But now we move on to the transition of New Year's. And I don't know about you, but Now comes the stress of like, what am I gonna do better next year, right?
Yeah, for sure.
For me, like I've always tried to do a New Year's resolution. I don't know about you. I usually don't follow through with it throughout the whole year. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever followed through with it the entire year. But what do you got, buddy? You got any New Year's resolutions this year?
Well, my wife's got one for me.
What's that?
It's called Dry January.
Oh, did you do that last year?
No,
No,
I don't think so. I think I tried for like a week and a half.
Hence
Didn't
one of
work
your
out.
failed New Year's
Yeah,
resolutions.
yeah.
So dry January. Tell me about dry January, buddy. What's
So-
that? What does that entail?
Just like it sounds, buddy. It sounds horrible. Like, why would you want to start off the new year so shitty and not like, you know?
Does that mean
So-
midnight? Starting midnight, January 1?
I don't know.
So,
Technically, I guess, yes, it would be midnight, right?
yeah.
So
It's
you
not dry
take-
January if you're drinking at 1
Right.
a.m. January 1st.
Yeah, yeah. Unless you pull the whole, well, this was started as 31st, so
Is that what you're going to pull? You're already planning that shit, aren't you?
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's healthy for you, right? But
Yeah.
just not exciting. Like, how do you get excited for that?
Oh, you don't.
Like, I also don't go January. Don't go to any vacations January.
Don't go on any vacations January.
It's
That's
like,
a resolution you guys have?
No, I'm just saying, like, it sounds that
Oh,
ridiculous to
it's-
me. It's
yeah,
like, all right. it
Don't have
sounds-
fun January.
Yeah, don't have fun. January.
Hate your
There you
life
go.
January.
Yeah.
So,
So I guess after today, we might not do this till February. I don't know. Why do I even want to talk if I'm not?
I know you don't like hanging out with me unless we're drinking. I know
Well,
that for a
I
fact.
mean, it's just that I'm an adult. Like what? Like what are we gonna do?
Just talk, buddy.
Just
Drink
like,
some water.
Just look at each other and whack each other off. Like
It's
what
like,
do you mean?
so
Like,
what you're
how-
saying is it's like jerking off without coming.
Yeah. It's like what? It's like going to. It's like having a kids party and no beer there. It's like So what
Which-
do the adults do?
Which like 90% of adults don't drink at kids parties, but we do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I think that's a local thing for, well,
is it?
I feel like, and I can say this because I'm half Hispanic, so
Yes.
fucking before I get attacked at, well, you're white, you can't say it. It's a Mexican thing, drinking at kids parties.
Kids parties.
Like I've never been to a Mexican kid party where it's not beer.
where there's no beer. Yeah.
Fucking never. It's a jumping balloon and beer
Yeah.
every time.
And you get there and you're like, oh, what do they have to drink? Like nothing.
What the fuck?
What? Where are we?
I'm
What's
going
happening?
home.
And I mean, I always show up with beer, just being the only one at the table drinking. And you're like, sorry.
Yeah, but you
I
don't
thought
feel,
this was a party.
but you don't feel bad about that being the only one
No.
drinking. No, that's for damn sure.
No. Not at
No.
all.
I don't take you for the feeling bad kind of guy.
So, yeah, that's dry January. And my wife wants me to partake in that.
Okay, well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Nice.
But I'm actually, and I'm actually going to try and do. I would like to do 5 to 6 months of no drinking.
That's cool.
To start the year. That's what I would like to do. The problem is, I already told this to my wife. If the Lions make it to the Super Bowl in February, that's all going to shit because I'm drinking that entire day.
Yeah.
I might drink that entire weekend. I'm going to take time off of work,
Yeah.
and I'm going to drink all day. And I'm going to have a big old party if the Lions make it to the Super Bowl. So I'll say...
well, it's like a historic event, right? Because they've never...
they've never been to the
They've
Super
never
Bowl.
been. I don't even think they've been allowed to like buy tickets to go.
That they're forbidden from even buying tickets in the
they're-
past.
yeah.
But this year, if they make it, I will be drinking that day. So it's like, we'll say the first 6 months of the year minus Super Bowl Sunday. It sounds terrible. People are probably looking at me like, you fucking weak fucking dude. Yeah, it's my choice.
No, fuck no. You gotta do what's best for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a historic day for me.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the one day you're taking out of like 5-6 months, that's cool.
Yeah, well, that's my goal. So I guess you could say my New Year's. I know New Year's resolution is supposed to be for the entire year, but come on, like 5-6 months no drinking for me would be really really good. That's my number one, I guess, resolution that I would say I have is to not drink for at least the first portion of the year. So you're doing January. That's pretty good, buddy. I think that's a good thing.
I was told I was doing
Oh
January.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I'm still on the fence.
Wasn't
about
your
it.
choice.
Like, I'm like, well, she keeps on bringing it up.
Well, I was like actually something that I thought of too, because even though we fuck around a lot on this podcast, we're usually just talking shit. I mean, the biggest thing for me is we're normal guys. That's why I wanted to start this podcast. Is you have a lot of podcasts and media out there. It just kind of shows everyone's talking about being politically correct and things that we can't necessarily relate to. And I feel like people that have reached out to me about us is that we're relatable. We have real everyday guy problems, and deal with everyday people bullshit. Most people aren't rich or don't have this perfect life, just like us, but we do the best we can. So on that note, we're obviously husbands, and there's certain things I think that are important to share with our spouses. So I wanted to ask you, what are some things, and maybe not a New Year's resolution, it may not be something that, hey, this is my resolution for the new year, but just something that you, as a husband, would like to improve on as far as being a husband?
Well, I guess just time. The one thing we definitely can't get back, time. Just try to spend more time with the family in general.
Yeah.
And then even my mom and all my family in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I've lost touch with certain friends. I'd like to get back that time as well.
Yeah.
I guess for this new year, just try to do better, man. I mean, I think it's the same thing every year, right? Try to do better or whatever. This year, one of my focus will be try to make the damn bill collector call stop. So I decided January probably 3rd, I'm going to change my phone number.
That's the only thing that's going to actually change it, buddy. Yeah.
And that's going to stop.
It's not because you're paying it off. You're not going to pay it off.
Nah. Start paying everything off and stuff. That's one of the things, especially after having, I think I had a good Christmas for our kids and stuff like that. So, yeah, do that.
It's good goals. I mean, those are good things to achieve. And I think a lot of us guys, we try and do that. That's something that we should all strive to be better at, right? I know for me, as far as my what I'd like to do better and next year as a husband, as a spouse, right, as a partner, I'm not, and it's been called out before, but I'm not the most romantic guy, right? My wife tells me she loves that I'm a protector and I'm a provider and how good I treat her, but I'm not a very romantic guy. I'm not and it's one thing that I've actually seen from you that I admire about you is you actually take the time to get flowers and things like that, little gifts that I've seen you get your wife.
No, bitch.
Yes.
No.
Come on.
Don't fucking heat up my spot. Motherfucker.
I remember one time specifically, you were gonna go meet her when she was with her friends at a bar, and you took her. I don't know if it was flowers. Or you took her some kind of something to.
Fucking piece of shit. So when my wife hears this, I know she's gonna be like, "Who the fuck you taking flowers to?"
May not have been flowers. It was something you took. She was at a bar with her friends. This might have been a year or two ago. And you took her something. And I even remember saying, fucking Moy makes me look bad.
Like, the closest to romance at a bar with my wife is I'll buy her favorite beef jerky when someone comes in there selling it.
Anyhow,
fuck you.
No.
Just remember, this was our last podcast. Thanks, Nance.
Fuck off. You took her something. I remember you were leaving and you were like, I gotta stop and I'm getting Donna something. And you took it to her when she was with her friends. You were just dropping it off.
Yeah.
And then you were taking off because she was with her friends. And I was like, hey,
I think so. Yeah.
That's really nice of you. I don't know what it was. You were dropping something off. And then you weren't even gonna go stay with her. You're just dropping something off. And I was like, that was really nice. That's something that I'm not good at.
Yeah. Definitely being more romantic should be on all the guys' to-do list next year for sure.
Absolutely.
You know what? Even getting dressed up, going to a nice dinner or something like that.
Right.
Just something to break up. You can't. It can't always be kids and laundry and
yes
and everything. You gotta set some time aside.
Absolutely, and then do it on like on your own. Just plan it all, right? Obviously, I mean, girls don't like to make decisions. First of all, they want to be led by you, right? Your wife wants to be led by you. I know my wife wants to be led by me, but when she gets into the everyday routine of taking kids to practice and taking kids here and doing laundry and she has to cook dinner and all those things that she has to do, I think it's important for me, and it sucks because this is why it's something that I say I want to improve on because I've thought about this stuff, right? Yeah. Hey, I need to do this more often, and then I end up not doing it, right? Get busy, work happens, kids have practices and all stuff, but one day, to just text the wife in the middle of the day and say, hey, 6 o'clock, be ready. Dress nice, do your hair, do your makeup, just be ready. Where are we going? Don't worry about it, but we're gonna just be ready. Dress nice. This is what I want you to wear. Wear that dress that you wore, at the Christmas party or whatever it may be. Do this, and I'm gonna go pick you up, and this is what's gonna happen, right? Don't worry about the kids. I've got that squared away, so that way they feel nice. Girls like I know our women like to dress up every now and again. They may not even have to like to go to something fancy or to clubs or anything like that. I'm not a club person, but just take them on a nice dinner or whatever it may be. But doing that more often, I think, is important. I know for me, and I know it may be just important for me, but I know it would help a lot of our buddy listeners out there who are married. It'll help you out.
You got to reconnect.
You got to reconnect.
You got to. You can't just – because then you get lost in the sauce.
Absolutely.
Like, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, sure. It gets mundane. It gets routine. Everything happens, continue, if it's week by week by week by week, it's just the same routine over and over again. It's only natural for her and you to lose some of that connection, right? And you got to keep that up. So, being a little more romantic, and I haven't bought her flowers in a long time. I know she likes flowers. All women, even if they say they don't, they like flowers, right? Even if it's just the thought about it. I don't see of course, because I'm a man, I don't understand shit about women, but I never buy flowers because I'm like, who would want flowers? They're just going to fucking die.
Yeah.
But that's not the point, right? So things like that I want to do better. And then just the last thing that I was thinking about on what I want to improve on as a husband is just being more vocal throughout the day, whether it be through text or a phone call or even when we're here sitting with each other. Of being more vocal about my feelings towards her, right?
Yeah.
Saying I love you more, saying I miss you more, because my wife has expressed those things to me in the past, and I know that it means something to her. Is like us doing that by saying, "Hey, I love you, I miss you." Just that text throughout the day can change the course of her day, right?
Yeah.
If
definitely.
you spend, if she goes a month without you texting her, "Hey, I miss you," you know what I mean? That sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So things like that. Things like that are the things that I hope to improve on as a spouse. I think it's a good idea for all the guys who are married. right?
Yeah,
Try and do
definitely.
those things.
Or I mean, even if you have your girlfriend, whatever, yeah, things to shoot for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to,
Yeah,
especially if you want that girlfriend to become
yeah.
the
If you
missus,
want to
right?
keep her.
If you want to keep her.
Yeah.
So we have, I was thinking those things for being better as a spouse, but I think for us, there's also things that we need to do better as fathers, because I know I've got a lot of improvement to make on that. What are some things that you'd like to improve on as a dad?
Man, if I could get them to listen to me, that'd be awesome. But
It's a good start.
I mean, that'd be cool. You know what? Just carry a conversation. Like, how's your day at school? It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so what happened? It was all right. I'm like, all right. And then I get told, it's like, well, it's because you have to ask something more specific. And I'm like, I mean, they didn't want to elaborate. So, so then now it's like, did anything funny happen at school?
Okay, yeah.
Like, more open-ended questions where they have to actually. So how's your day at school? And it's like, it was good. Okay, so did anything funny happen?
Right.
No, all right. Did you have a test? Like, stuff like that. It's like you guys
You
gotta
gotta
dive
make it
into it a little bit more.
because in their head they're like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah. So I'm just like, all right. And then, eat dinner and they're watching something on TV while we're eating. And so I'm just like, all right. And then it's almost like high in the morning, bye.
Yeah.
And then, high when we get home. Even then, I mean, I walked in the house yesterday with food, and I put the food on the table and walk by me, and they sit down, and they start eating. And I'm just like, okay.
All
like,
right.
I've been gone, like, at least 5-6 hours.
Right.
And I'm just like, all right. I'm like, well, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think more interaction.
And two things. The kids, I think the kids, it's normal for them, and they don't understand. So them just grabbing the food and taking off, or hey, what's up, Dad, and then going back to their room or whatever it may be. They're kids. That's their brain. That they don't. Their brain that's going 500 miles. But I know I have a 14-year-old, so it's nothing but all he's thinking about is sports and chicks, right? I've been there as a 14-year-old boy. All you think about is chicks, right? So he could care less what I have to say, right?
Yeah.
But it's upon us to be like, hey, no, stop. Talk to me, right? Tell me, I want to know what happened today, right? Tell me some good things about your day. And on that same point, one thing that we try and do, and I need to get better at, because it used to be a Monday ritual for us, but it's become like, now it's becoming less and less, where it's like once a month. But every Monday for us was dinner as a family, right?
Yeah.
And at the dinner table, there was no practices on Monday for the kids, and then I would make sure that I didn't work on Monday nights. And we sit down at the table, no phones, no TV on. It's just us. Everybody eats. The girls, they help set the table. The boys, they don't really do shit. Take out the trash out afterwards, but everyone has what they need to do, and then my wife serves everybody, and then at that point it's just we're talking. And one of the first things we did was everyone went around the table and said, "Hey, how was your day? Tell me the best part about your day and the worst part about your day," right? And everyone will go around the table, and then of course it goes from that, and it turns into, my stepson will be like, "What's your favorite Marvel movie?" And then my daughter, "Hey, what's your favorite Disney princess?" or "What's your favorite TV show?" And so it went from let's just eat, and then but to where we'd finish eating and we'd still be there for like 30 more minutes.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it got to the point where the kids truly looked forward to it. You know what I mean? They weren't bitching about putting their phone away.
Yeah.
They actually looked forward to doing that. And I know it's not plausible for every family, but I think every family can at least make the effort to want to instill that, right? So that's something that we used to do every week. We're not doing it as much, and that I want to get better at, making sure that once a week, hey, everybody's going to be home on Monday or whatever day that we choose, and be ready, because we're going to have dinner as a family.
That's cool.
What I mean? So that's something
to strive for. That's cool.
Yeah,
I agree
absolutely.
with that. Yeah, for sure.
Brings the whole family together and closer. It really does. Especially me, being a blended family, right? A blended family with my wife and my stepchildren. So it's a good thing for us. I think we all get closer and we learn more about each other in that time too. You know what I mean? And it kind of forces them to actually talk to us.
Instead
of being instead of being an asshole teenagers, right? But for me, spending more time with my kids, not just in the same vicinity, right? But the actual time with them, interacting with them, communication, making sure that I'm showing interest in what they're doing, even if it's not something that I'm interested, showing interest in what they're doing. Learning to say yes to more things, not saying yes to everything, but like, hey, can we go to the park? And unless I have something that's really important, saying, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, especially if it's a park. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
you're like, fuck, why do I want to go to the fucking park?
Yeah. I can't think of much more boring shit than sitting there and watching at the park, but.
Yeah, but maybe like kicking a ball or a
Yeah.
soccer ball or whatever.
Yeah.
Doing something.
Absolutely. So I think this is, I know a lot of people talk about it. I've thought a lot about it in the past, right? I need to be better at this. I need to be better at this. And we frame it as New Year's resolution, right? And then you fail, you don't do it one day or whatever, and you're like, fuck it. But it's not. It's more about like, how am I going to be better, right? How am I going to be better as a man, as a husband, as a father, as an employee, as a friend? I know you mentioned people you want to reconnect with. It's hard to be a good friend too at our age with all the things we have going on. It's hard to be a good friend, but that's important as well, especially to the people who you care about.
Right. For sure.
So considering the new year, another thing that's coming up pretty soon that's big for us, or for me, right? For us, many guys, but Super Bowl Sunday is coming up. Big year. Even bigger for me now that my Lions are fucking good.
Yeah.
Last year we got so close, but I was thinking about the Super Bowl and thinking about you. You've got a little bit of a problem, buddy, with Super Bowl squares.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it's a little bit of a stressor for you.
For sure.
How many
fucking addict?
And you have never won shit.
Yeah, no. I'll get like fucking neighbor. I was like, the fuck do I want to be a neighbor for? Fuck off. But like, I'll see like people come up to me like, hey man, I got a Super Bowl square. How much? Knowing that I haven't paid the other Super Bowl squares so like, I always end up in a bad spot for sure.
And one of the guys you have a square with, that guy, he don't fucking play, huh? Like you pay that money.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't fuck around either. Like you sign up, sign up, you pay.
But
like, that's a dick move.
But let me ask you this:
don't pay Chase, but you gotta pay your Super Bowl guy.
Yeah, because one will fucking break your kneecaps. Chase probably won't. They'll just make your life miserable and call you.
Yeah. No, but like that guy. So that guy will see you later on in life. He'll be like, "You're the suck of shit that doesn't pay." Yeah, you don't want that.
Weren't you at one point making payments to him, and he was like, "Dude, what the fuck? Just pay."
You know what? The thing is, I don't get where change isn't considered currency.
It's a $350 square, and you're like, "Hey, this week I'm paying you 87 cents."
I'm paying you like fucking. I had this whole thing I've been saving. There's at least $75 in this bad boy. But apparently that didn't.
Yeah, didn't sit well.
Over. Yeah, it didn't sit well for sure.
And then you had a Super Bowl, I think it was a couple years ago, where you were pretty fucking close to winning some good money.
$15,000. I tell you what. So this Kansas City, I want to say Kansas playing the Eagles.
Okay.
Yes. And they need to score a touchdown, buddy. Score a touchdown, kick a field goal. or an extra point.
So had they scored, if they score a touchdown and get the field goal, this is assuming at the end of the game and end of the half.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it was fourth quarter, so it was a big boy money. It was
so one touchdown and an extra point wins you 15 G's.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then they give this guy the ball, and he fucking slides at the 2. So I'm going crazy, like, fuck yeah, this guy's gonna score. You know, I'm like, fuck yeah.
You had $15,000 in your hand at that point, like you could feel it.
Oh, yeah, all they had to do was hold him, right? And this motherfucker slid.
And the game ended with that score.
And they kicked something stupid like a field goal, some shit. But I was like,
so you went from 15.
But you know what? You know that guy's name? The guy that slid?
McKinnon.
Do you? Is that his name?
I think it's McKinnon. It was McKinnon, I think.
Because you know what? That's a motherfucker that will never go down as scoring a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Like, he gets to tell his kids, like, on his fucking high horse, guess who didn't score a Super Bowl? Like, the entire nation didn't score a fucking Super Bowl touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he scored as many.
Like, you had the option to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl,
and he scored as many as me and you.
Yeah, exactly.
Sitting on fat asses on the couch. Yeah,
I was like, hey, thanks a lot, buddy. You're fucking awesome.
So you went from $15,000.
Like, oh, that's a smart play. Yeah, go fuck yourselves for sure.
So you went from $15,000 to zero on that slide at the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's horrendous.
Fucking heartbreaking.
See, and that's why I won't get into the squares, just because I have an addictive personality, and I know that I'll be telling my wife, hey, I owe $2,000 in fucking squares this year. Like,
yeah.
I'll get ridiculous.
Yeah,
because
I think I'm in 5 squares right now.
Oh my god!
But the squares I play, the people running them don't take a profit, and therefore, it's not gambling.
Yes, it's not gambling.
Anyway, so yeah, man. I mean, I hope this is my year, just like every other year.
This is like every other. It's just like the Cowboys. You sound like a fucking Cowboys fan. Oh wait, you are.
Oh, I am.
This is your year.
This is my year.
Well, buddy, I hope you do win something this year, and I hope Chase and MasterCard get a little bit of a bump.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure everything you win, you could find a place to pay it.
Yes, definitely.
no matter the amount.
Yeah.
I don't get involved. I'm a big. I love poker. I love Texas Hold'em. And when me and the wife go to Vegas, like I have an issue. Like I will not sleep for 3 days if it means I get to play poker all night.
Holy shit!
It's bad. And what we'll do is we'll go and we'll either do the thing where we walk down the strip and hit up different bars and restaurants, whatever we do during the day, go catch a show or whatever. And then once it hits time for where she's ready to go to bed, I take her to the room, she goes to bed, and I take off and I go straight to the poker rooms. I don't go eat. I don't go to a bar. I go straight to the poker rooms, and I'm there. I mean, as long as I can hang until she's ready to wake up the next morning or whatever it may be. Because I love that shit. And you're in Vegas and you go to these casinos and you're playing against real poker players, you know, not me who plays twice a year.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, and I lose. You know, I lose. But then I set, and then my dumbass will set a budget. This is how much that I'm using to spend on gambling. And if I'm done 2 days in or a day in, I'm going to the fucking ATM and I'm like, fuck, why am I doing this? I just can't. I can't help myself because I need to. I love it. And that's another.
I mean, I like Hold'em. I like gambling and stuff, but you know what? It's just too intimidating, man. Just to sit there, and then I've been like at a table before, and people are yelling at me, and I'm like, because
you don't know the rules and shit.
It's like fucking 21, right? Blackjack. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, you're the third guy or whatever you're supposed to. I was like, hey, take it fucking easy, partner. First of all, I'm playing with my money.
Uh-huh.
If you want me to do something for your money, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's definitely intimidating. And I remember the last time I went, I was sitting there at a table, And this guy was, he was good. These are the kind of guys who could like have conversations and then still keep track of everything that's going on. Me,
Yeah.
I can't, like, if you talk to me, I'm fucked because
Yeah.
I don't, And this guy was
Like the
sitting
people
there.
that could run and talk.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
fuck
hey
off.
partner, I'm here trying to breathe.
Every bit of me is trying to
Yeah.
focus on breathing before I fucking collapse. But this guy's there and he's talking about how much he plays. He said he was a poker dealer at a casino. That was his job. And then he would play 6 hours a day after every fucking day. And there my dumbass is thinking that I'm gonna beat this dude. No, didn't happen. But
That's crazy.
that's another thing for the year is me. The last 2 years, me and my wife had gone to Vegas for the NFL draft. And at the Circa Casino, they have that outdoor pool with the huge screen where they show the draft, and we go and we get crazy PI and watch the draft. And it's been a really, really good time. So we've been doing that every year, and we're considering doing it again this year. I got engaged. I told you. I called her my wife.
Good on you, buddy.
We are going to get officially married. I got engaged on Christmas Day. So now I got a plan for paying for that shit. So I don't know if the trip is going to come this year or not. Because Vegas, you can do it on a budget, but it's not cheap.
Oh, fuck no.
I do want to go.
Especially you're at a fucking pool party.
Yes.
Yeah.
That shit can stack up.
Anywhere, fuck everything out.
Well, you're a Vegas club kind of guy, aren't you? Or bar or the club? What's your thing?
I'm a bar guy.
In general.
In general, like clubs aren't my thing. So that's why I'll bring up this. Like, you tell me, where would you rather drink? You rather drink in Vegas or Nashville? I'll tell you Nashville.
Nashville's pretty fucking. Nashville is bad.
Because it's just fuckload of bars, just fucking live music, and these guys can fucking sing. It's like, I'm like, hell yeah.
Well, that's one area that I'll agree with you on, is that Nashville, the bar scene kind of thing over there. You go to a fucking restaurant and you're gonna catch some good live music, and it's not just some some shitty music. Like, everyone there can sing. Everyone there is good. That's why they move there. You know what I mean? So Nashville, going to bars and things like that, I will agree with you there. But I know for you, from what you've told me, like you go to Vegas and you're not down for shows. You're not down for much gambling at the casino. You just want to go to bars and drink.
Yeah. No, fuck no. So I'm going to gamble at a casino. I'm waiting by the table. Waiting. And when the waitress gets to the next table, then I'll sit down and be like, here's my money. So I could be like, hey, yeah, this is what I want to drink. That whole bullshit about like, oh, you could gamble and drink for free in Vegas. Fuck that. Never. That shit happened to me in February. Fuck that. I'm like, all right, let me catch this waitress first. And then drop 20 here, and then she comes back with my drink when I'm standing behind the chair. Because I already blew my cash.
Your money. The $14 you took to gamble didn't last very long.
I was like, that's it.
But see, and that's where I'll disagree with you, is because, like, for me, like, granted, it's not Vegas, but you can go here to a bar and drink every weekend if you fucking want. But you can't go see shows like you go see in Vegas here. You can't see the shit that you see in Vegas here. So that's where, like, Nashville, I get it with the live music, because I'm a live music fan. But the whole thing of, well, I'm just gonna go to Vegas.
So when you go to Vegas, how many shows do you catch?
Well, we usually catch one, just because, and that's not because we don't like going to shows. And I'm not a big show person, but I enjoy it. It's just affording it, because those shit, they're expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're fucking dropping a lot of money on those shows. But we'll go see one show. My wife loves shows. Right? We went to go see a magic show one time. It was pretty badass. And I enjoyed it. But I know she wants to go see the Cirque du Soleils and all that stuff, which I don't mind. But we'll go see at least one show. Will you see any shows?
I've seen like 2 shows, but no, not really.
That's not your thing.
Definitely not my thing.
But it's
and then also going. I remember one time we were in Vegas and we went to a stupid freaking restaurant.
Mm.
Like you go to Vegas and you're going to a restaurant and you're driving away from the strip. It should be a damn good fucking. It should be a damn good experience, but no. You're there fucking at a buffet and shit, looking at Vegas, the Vegas lights, 20 miles away, and just thinking about the Uber ride back to Vegas. It's like, fuck that. That sucks.
So let's say, for instance, you're saying on the strip, will you take an Uber to the old Vegas?
Yeah. Well, back then, I think the last time I went to old Vegas, it was just fucking. It was literally like walking down the street with fucking zombies.
Yeah.
I was all like, fuck that.
It doesn't bother me.
I used to like the old Vegas. I like Golden Nugget, everything. But fuck that. I like The Walking Dead down there, buddy. Like, fuck that shit.
That doesn't bother me. It's part of the charm of Vegas, buddy.
Fuck that.
The last time we went, we stayed in old Vegas at the Circa, which is it's actually really nice. It's a new one.
Yeah.
It's really nice. And you can go into one of those stores and get a tall boy for fucking $4 and just walk around, and you're drinking for a lot less, but you save a lot of money.
No. I mean, I get that, but also, like, you're looking at fucking, like you said, well, motherfucker, you could go downtown El Paso. You could buy a tall boy and walk around and see all those fucking animals.
Homeless and all the fucking animals. I guess you're right.
It's not as bad as Vegas or like Austin.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Austin! Last time I went, I'm like, dude, these freaking zombies everywhere, dude.
And I haven't been to Austin, like 6th Street, since I lived there, which was, man, we're going up on 20 years ago, and it wasn't like that. I mean, I've heard stories about.
Oh, you keep it weird. You sure fucking did. Keep Austin weird.
It's that bad, huh?
Motherfuckers don't want to fucking live there anymore.
So and this is on 6th Street.
No, just Austin everywhere. In general, I think now.
It's terrible, man. Austin used to be such a... I mean, I'm sure it's still good compared to a lot of the rest of the country, but it used to be so badass. I mean, I lived there in the early 2000s, and I had a great time there. It was a lot of fun. But I talk to people who go visit, and they say it sucks. Well, at least compared to what it used to be.
Yeah. No, I miss the old... back in the day, what was it, the Goodfellas movie and stuff? Where, like, you go to a casino and, like, somebody's trying to ask for money in the front and they get their ass beat.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, what happened to those days?
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck off, buddy. This isn't fucking,
they're long.
You're not here for free.
Yeah, we live in the days of political correctness, buddy, and treat everybody like your fucking mother. Apparently, nobody has to earn respect. They just fucking born with it, which is bullshit. Yeah. Everybody's just apparently born with your respect. That's the way of the world, buddy. It's fucking nonsense.
It's crazy.
But anyway, on that note, we're kind of running late on time, but I want to say, kind of going back to our first talking point there. Good luck to everybody out there this year. Good luck to you, buddy, this year.
Appreciate it.
I hope this year has a lot of good in it for you and the family, for your work, for your family, and to our listeners, which I know it's mainly guys, but guys, ladies, husbands, wives, mothers, fathers, make this year just get better, right? It's not about resolutions and, I have to, lose this amount of weight by this amount of time. Yeah, it's good if you want to make yourself better in that way, but in every way possible, just make yourself better. And if you fail on the 14th of January, you didn't fail your New Year's resolution, right? You need to continue getting better. It doesn't mean that you can't be better on the 15th.
Yeah, get back on the horse.
Get back on the horse. Be better. As parents, as spouses, and I know that's my goal for me, to have a really good 2025. It won't help to pay off some shit too, though.
Yeah.
Hopefully that happens too.
A little more stress.
Yeah.
Stress-free would be nice.
Yeah. So the next time I see you will be in the new year, buddy.
Yeah,
Here's to 2025. Cheers, buddy, and go fuck yourself.
Nice.